Today we will see how to install the access control software. You can download the access control software from our website, hanwa-security.com, hanwa-security.com. You can log in to this website. Once you log in, just wait for it to load. Change the language to English. After that, go to Products, Access Control Software, Management Software. Scroll down, click on Wisenet ACS software, select. After that, software, click to download. Click to download. After you have downloaded, open the setup file. Okay. After you have downloaded, right click, run as administrator on the setup file. Very important step. Click next, accept, next, give it a name. All programs will be installed. So here, if you are going to install access control software, um, there are a couple of things you have to install as a minimum. You need the server gateway application as a minimum. Configuration manager is where you will add controller, add card holders. Monitoring software is for the operators who will see live card events, someone opening door, closing door, he can lock the door, unlock the door. Service Watchdog you must install. Visitor management is an optional requirement. If you're issuing visitor cards, you can install. If you need this, maybe you will install on the reception desk. Okay. However, for now, I'm going to install all of them in a single PC. That is fine. You can do it. Do not change any of the values here. Proceed with the default values. Go ahead. Yes. Yes. Install. Sometimes it may install SQL. If your PC does not have SQL, it will install for you. After that, you will proceed and come to this step. So in that case, wait for the SQL to finish the installation, and then you will be uh, asked to choose the remaining steps, and then it will, I mean, during that time, it will install the remaining components. So first it will install SQL, then it will go on to install the access control software. This is the license manager where you will install the access control license. For 5 doors, it is free, but if you have 32, 60, 256 or unlimited doors, you can activate the license accordingly. Okay, now transaction server. This is if you are going to integrate access control with SSM VMS, you have to install transaction server at this stage. And if you have SSM VMS 2.10.6 and above, right, like 2.10.7 or 9 or 10, 2.10.11, for all the latest ones, select 2.10.6. Okay, so the latest is 2.10.6. If you don't have integration with our access control or VMS, sorry, you don't have to install transaction server. So what's the benefit of integration? You will get a pop-up in the SSM VMS, a camera pop-up when there is an access control card is granted or denied. You can configure that in the VMS. Okay, I'll go ahead and install this. Then the remaining drivers will get installed. HID card scanner, fingerprint scanner, all the drivers that is needed for in case you have fingerprint scanners, it will install all the drivers at this stage. Okay, now the access control software is getting installed. So the access control icons will now appear. Okay, now make sure all the services are running. After that, you can server IP address should be the exact IP address of your access control server. My access control server is using Ethernet 3, which is 1.15. Okay, so I will change this to 192.168.1.15. Apply. Okay, finish. Okay, now open configuration manager. For the first time, there is no default password. You can just click login and it will ask you to enter a new password. Okay, I have already created. So, and make sure you enter the IP address of the server. Okay, if it is on the same PC, it's fine. If you're connecting to the access control software connected in a different PC, you have to enter the IP address of that. Okay, you can check whether the server is online. Yeah, it is online. Okay. Okay. All right. So now we are going to add the controller. For the first step is what is you have to prepare your controller. Okay. So let's go. By default, the controller has an IP address 192.168.0.251. So that is 192.168.1.0.251. So in order to go to this IP, you have to also make sure your local LAN is on the same IP range. 23. Okay. Okay. Then on your controller, make sure you change the dip switch to the first one, make it on so you can go to the default IP address. Okay, I'm now going to the web page of the controller. One, you will land on this page, click on advanced. If not able to, what you do is just type here, this is unsafe. This is a hack or a trick in the Chrome or Internet Explorer to bypass the unsecure website. Okay, so what we will do is take this, open Chrome. Okay, go to the website, advanced. Okay, just type, click anywhere on the white screen. This is unsafe. That's it. As soon as I type, it will let me inside. This you can use with any. It's a general bypassing trick. Okay, click here to log in. So the default username is admin, password is password. So the default username and password is admin and password. Okay, go ahead and give it a name, X100 Controller 1. Yeah, fix the IP address for it. Okay, then host communication. This should be the gateway IP address. So -23 here. Let me double check. Yeah, 23. Interval 20 seconds. Apply. After that, you can create another user. For example, you can create admin1 and create a password and keep as a backup. Okay, the default username is admin and password, that is default. You can create a standby username and password. Okay, apply settings. Okay. Turn the dip switch back off and then proceed. I will go ahead and change the dip switch. Now remove the alternate IP addresses. Make sure you have just one IP address for the server. I'm going to remove this. Now open the configuration manager. Start with the building. Click on the arrow. There is some default value, a building with one floor. You can choose how many ever floors you have. Basement is found at the bottom. Okay, save. Then go to access gateway setting. Click on the arrow, check your gateway site. My gateway is 23. I'm going to fix that. Save. Okay, how do you know your gateway ID and service? Just click on this globe. Find out your gateway is running and the gateway ID is 1. Okay, this is the PC of the um, gateway is installed on the same PC as the server. So the same IP address I have entered. Okay, done. Close. Now we have to add the controller. Select the gateway, click on search, search. Okay, my controller is found. 28. First click save. Then, after that, click OK. Okay, done. Next, go back, controller setting, board. We have to add the subboard. Okay, now check the wiring. This is the main controller. It's powered on. Okay, then it has the Ethernet port. Connect to a non-PoE switch and I/O module. This is the RS485 connection. 3 wires are required, AB and ground. Where does this wire go to? It goes to the subcontroller X100. Okay. In the input. I have only one board, so the final board should have the pin in the out position. Okay, it should be in the out position. If you have another board, take it from here, go to the in of the second board, and that second board, if it is the last one, change the jumper pin to the out position. Oh, and by the way, there is a dip switch here. Depending on the in how many boards you have, each board should have a unique dip switch number. How to get that information? Go to Products, Access Control, Controller, go to the expansion board, scroll down, Manuals, click here, scroll down. This is the X100. Scroll down. The wiring for the reader is mentioned here. Anyhow, you will see that the dip switch. First five dip switches are used depending on the position of the dip switch. If the first one is on, it means address 1. Okay, so what is the takeaway? When we add the board, each board we have to give an address 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Each should have a unique number. And depending on the uh, setting and the buttons that you push, automatically it will have a different number. So if I put first and second switch, if I turn it on, it is not 2, it is actually 3. Okay, so watch this, keep a note from the manual. Okay, so the power is connected. All right, so now there are 4 wires, reader, power, ground, data 0 and 1. 4 wires goes to the reader. You don't have to connect other wires. The LED will still have red color and green color. You don't have to connect the other wires. All right. So next, another note is um, in one, in two. First one is the door contact. The second one is push button input. Relay 1 is your door lock. Okay, this is the entire set for one door. All right. So yeah. So in this subcontroller or the reader board X100, you can power the next board, right? From the out position, you will connect to the next board. You can take the power from here itself. So it's a loop out. So you can power this board from the top, and then you can take the loop out of the power supply itself to the next board. So you don't need to give a separate power supply to the next board. So this is something you can keep in mind. So now back to the access control software, add the second subboard, and the board number, I've turned the dip switch 1. So it is actually address 1. Okay, now my board, if you notice, this board has got reader 1, reader 2. So if your door has in and out reader, then you have to use number of door as 1, but it will have 2 readers, in and out reader. However, if you have each door have a separate reader and a push button, that means you have 2 doors per board. In that case, you have to mention here each board will have up to 2 doors. So you select accordingly. Okay, done. Degrade mode, you can turn it off for now. We can see this later. Set, save, close. Okay. Now you can reload and your controller will be displayed here. Okay. Now I'm going to create before this device company setting, register company and register company. There is a default company already given. You can edit this name and say Wisenet, save, and add your um, whatever. Okay, okay. There's one more thing before this. Before you do this, go to door setting first. Okay, create a door. You have added the subcontrollers. Now you create a door. Say door 5, and it goes to the second floor, and it is from the X100 controller. Then card in, card push button out, card in, push button out. Okay, so entry, what's the reader number? How do you get the reader number? If your reader is connected on the left side, it's reader 1. Okay, so you can say reader 1. Depending on the reader type, you can select. Okay, then save. There is another option called OSDP. This is vegan. There is OSDP option whereby you can connect a card in and card out in the same uh, wire. For example, you can just check the manual. If you have OSDP connection, you can connect two readers in the same output. Okay. If you're vegan, only one reader you can connect. Okay. That's the difference. For this, you can attend pre-sales training to get more data, or we will cover more in the next video. For now, I'm going to use the standard setup. Each reader port, one reader I'm connecting. All right, save and close and go to company and device setting. Select your company, add all the doors in your projects, select everything and add it. Shift, select all, shift, select all, add, save, done. Okay, now the next thing is in between there is one step called access group setting that comes under operation management. Create a group. You have doors who and in the once you create the doors, you have to add card holder. When you create a card holder, you have to say which all doors you can access, which all group of doors you can access. So first you have to group the doors. You can say I'm going to create a group called all doors group, and whatever doors I have belongs to the group all doors. Okay, done. Close. Now the controller should be online. Okay. Now, in order to make it online, go ahead and click on the reset button on the controller. Just physically reset and give it 30 seconds to 1 minute. Then the controller will come online. So the controller is now online. After that, you can go ahead and restart the gateway manually. Go ahead and stop. If it is not stopping, you can stop it again, give it some time, and then start. So once you do this, again give it 30 seconds. You should see the uh, all of these should come online. If not, we will see. Okay, so the controller is offline online, but the boards are still seeming to be offline. So for what you have to do in this case, just go ahead and sync all the configuration and then reload. It should work. Device management, sync all devices, sync all the settings for that controller, send, sync done. Okay, close. Refresh. Now everything is online. Perfect. Okay. Okay. Now go to card holder. Now in this stage, you have to enter the employee ID, give a name, and you can select company and department. This department setup, you can do it again separately. Under here, you can give names to department. Whichever is highlighted in blue is important. You can also upload your photo of the person. Next is access card information. This person can access all doors. And what is a card number? Card number, you have to, you can check if you have a card scanner from us, you can use it. If you have this card scanner, when I show my card, automatically it will type in, for example, where I am supposed to be here. So I'm going to swipe and you will see the card number getting added automatically. So that is one way. Otherwise, you can swipe the card on any of the reader connected and then just tap the card. It will show access denied and give you the card number. So this is one way to get the card number. After this, we can sync the card holder information, or you can sync all if you're doing for the first time. It will update all the rules, card doors, operation management rules, and everything to the controller. Okay. Understand what is the objective. Whenever you add a new subcontroller, you make sure you sync the device setting. Whenever you add new card groups, access control groups, operator groups, anything to do with this operation management field that you change, make sure you sync it. And whenever you add card holders, you sync card holders. Sometimes after the project is handed over, you are adding one or two cards. In that case, you can sync just to the card holders. All right. For the first time, you sync all. Whenever you had a card holder, you can just click on that button here just to sync the card holder alone. Okay. Okay, so now you have to also set a facility code setting. Facility code is the card model number. You will find FC01, which means facility code 1. Go ahead and enter this facility code from the menu. After this, you can just sync once again. see how to do integration. In order to do the integration, first make sure access transaction service is running. If that is running, that is the key factor for integrating to SSM. Now go to your SSM system, open configuration, click on external device, at that, and at the bottom you can see add external server. Okay, go ahead, click manual and type the IP address where the transaction server is installed. Usually it is the main access control server IP. Currently I changed the IP and I have installed it on 1.13, 192.168 or 1.13, and port number should be 8880. After this you can register. Okay. Oh, click OK and then click cancel. All right. Now click on the Access, Wisenet Access, and click Open Web Viewer on the top right. Click on that. Okay, then go to Details, continue to Web page, click on the spanner settings, and enter the correct IP address of the access control server where transaction service is installed. It is also the same as gateway, which we have installed in this system. Okay, but ideally, actually, you should enter the IP address of the transaction server. Okay, it is the same location. Okay, I have installed it on 1.13. I changed the IP address of the server and copy the MAC address of the access control network port, which is 1.13. Okay, so now I am switching to any desk of access control and I'm checking the port of that, MAC address of that, copy. Right, copy this, MAC details. Now go back to the SSM part and PC where you are on this web page and paste it. Change the dash to colon. Click save, and after this go to access control PC and restart the transaction server. It's a very important step. All right. Now click login and click on the server, and here also make sure your IP address is correct, which is the access control transaction server IP, and port here is 8080. No need to change. Click close and save it. Okay, now in the access control PC, I'm going to restart the gateway as well as the transaction server. Okay, so you have to restart the transaction server. Okay, in this video, I think I did not show transaction server restart. Just stop and start the transaction server once again. Okay, now after this, you can go ahead and add the access control server. You don't have to do this, but you can delete and add again. Then you will see the arrow showing all the doors listed. So that's it. This part is the key step. Now this is done. Now what you do is click on this display all devices. You can see that at the bottom. Okay, and select your site and add all the access control devices to your site. After this, just to repeat, click on the access control at the bottom, make sure display all is there. Then click apply. It will get added to your actual project. Okay, this is also an important step. Now you can see in the monitoring tab under alarm output, you can see access control doors. You can even unlock the door from here. So click on the arrow, check the door, right click, unlock. You will see the event on the right side that the door has been unlocked. Okay, if you want pop-up, if a door is granted access, denied access, and you want a pop-up, you can also do that by creating an event action. Select the door and the door event, granted or denied. I want a camera to pop up. Okay, now after this, you can swipe the card and you can see the pop-up on the SSM window. Okay, so now I've swiped. You can see me swiping and the pop-up comes immediately. So this is how you integrate access control with SSM as well. The card numbers here, photo. If you upload a photo, it will come on this side. Then next is in map, SSM map. You can also drag and drop door icons. So here I'm going to show you how to do that. Click on the map, open any map, and then click on the site, and then expand the menu and find your door and drag and drop the door. So then that will show as a door icon. This is a dynamic icon. You can unlock the door, it will change color if there is an event, and so on. Okay, click save. Okay, that is just to change the direction. You can click on the dot, green dot, it will turn red, and then you can rotate to change the directions. Okay, now you can save it and then go back to monitoring, click on layout, open the map. After that, you can click on the door, right click, unlock or lock, and then the event will occur. Okay, so that's how you integrate with the access control door. You can move your mouse, scroll to zoom in to the map. Okay, so in order to activate the WACS license, make sure you first have the license key from the supplier, show the purchase order, it should be emailed to you, and open in the access control server uh, license manager. Okay, once you open the license manager, if you can manage internet at that time, you can easily do the online activation. Okay, so this license key is supplied to you when you purchase it from the distributor by email, it will be sent to you. So paste your license key here. So if you have internet at this time using a dongle or hotspot, you can do quickly online activation. Okay, in offline, you have to collect information about your PC and upload to the license server and get the reply. So in order to do that, we will see in this coming minutes of the video. Whenever you do license activation, make sure you restart the access control services, or you can restart the entire server PC. thank you for watching. If you like the video, go ahead and share it with your colleagues and subscribe. Thank you.